As of uh, January 8th, 2025, I've been on self-improvement for 1000 days exactly. And it's taught me a lot, honestly. It's like it's been the greatest thing that's happened in my life, honestly. And I think that I'm gonna be on self-improvement for, well, the rest of my life because it's too good to give up on, you know? And what I wanted to talk about today was the main lesson that it has taught me. With this lesson being that progressive overload is key. You know, you need to progressively overload basically everything if you want to achieve something. So, what do I mean by this? When in fitness there's this phrase called progressive overload, when you uh, when you just progressively add weight as you get more advanced in your fitness, as you get stronger. This applies to every single area of self-improvement. This applies to business. You need to progressively overload. You need to uh, make your work more challenging in a way. Uh, you need, you need to grow if you want to. Even if you want to maintain your income, you have to keep growing. You have to keep putting in the effort. You have to work progressively more hours, better hours. You have to progressively optimize. This also works for mental health. You have to progressively uh, go to more extent to become a happier person into because at first it's just exercising, then it's gonna be meditating, then it's gonna be actually doing deep work so you achieve flow, so you become happy. It's like everything has to be overloaded, even sacrificing for self-improvement. When you want to achieve something self-improvement, you need to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice the social media. You need to sacrifice uh, the video games, the porn, all that stuff. And you will have to sacrifice more and more if you want to become better and better. So this is what progressive overload is. Now you might be thinking uh, I'm saying that this is the most important thing on self-improvement, but how do you actually do it? So the way that you do progressive overload is that you get whatever you want to get better at, and you let's say that it's the gym, right? And you want to get stronger legs. So then, what you should do is to first figure out, like for example, how much you can squat, then uh, get like a large part of that maximum and just train on that for a while, right? Like progressively. So, for example, let's say that you can squat 50 kilograms at most, right? So then what you would do is that uh, you would train for like one series uh, on 20 kilos, then 30, then 14, then the fourth series would be 50, right? And the fourth series would just be you seeing how many times you can squat the 50. If you can squat the 50 kilograms for one whole series, so let's say your series is 12 reps. So if you can squat those 50 kilograms for 12 reps, then it's time to find your new max because that means that you've gotten stronger. And this applies to everything, right? Sacrifice. How can you overload sacrifice? In the beginning, uh, it's just it's just not going on your phone first thing in the morning, right? Or doing it less. When you're not doing that, then what you do is that uh, you don't use your phone in the morning, and then you also don't use your phone when you're commuting. For example, maybe you're commuting by bus and you're on your phone there. So what you do is that you stop using your phone when you're commuting, and then you add all those up. And now it's not like it's a slow process because what I'm saying to you right now, like not using your phone on your commute, like it shouldn't take like a lot of time, you know? if you really focus on them a few months at most, then you get more and more advanced. Then you don't use your phone when you're on the toilet. Then you don't use your phone when you're at school. And then then it goes on and on until you're just only using your phone when you need to. When you're not scrolling on Facebook, when you're not scrolling on TikTok, on Instagram, or on YouTube, then you can move on to then you can just move on. Uh, and yeah, this is how we progressively overload. Mm, and uh, like I just realized this recently, right? I was thinking like, oh yeah, like I've been self-improvement for 1,000 days, so like, what has it taught me really? And yeah, I just realized like probably that progressive overload is the single most important thing. And and it just clicked for me, You'll be surprised just how fast you will improve when you actually do that. Like you will just like this. And it's a really beautiful feeling. It's like people say that it's boring, that it doesn't make you happy, right? The thing is, it does. Like all those guys who are like who have businesses, who are going to the gym, who are hot attractive, and they're still depressed. That's because they have trauma. That's not because this hard work has made them happy. No, like you'd think that, but actually it's because they were getting beat up as a kid, or it's because they didn't do what they actually wanted to do, and instead they did what others told them to do. That's why they're not happy. And yeah, progressively overload in the areas that you actually want to get better at. I cannot emphasize this enough. Only get better in the areas that you want to get better at. If you want to get better at discipline, get better at discipline. And it's like, don't get better at something like video games. Don't, because they're bad for you. They're drugs. They're narcotics. You're an addict. So don't get better at those. Get better at those things that actually make you truly happy. That feeling of happiness after a hard workout where you feel the opposite of regret. Because when you've been playing video games for 1 hour a day, then you realize, oh shit, I didn't walk my dog, and it's 5 p.m. Then you're just thinking to yourself, yeah, why I shouldn't have played that one match. You're not getting that when you're working out. You're not getting that when you're not sitting on your phone and reading a book on flow state, for example. Yeah, then it's really good. So yeah, that was my main lesson, and I suggest that you follow it. You know, because I've just completely changed my life around. I don't look at all like I used to. I don't play video games. I don't play video games. I don't really use social media. I don't fap, and uh, that's all from me. Stay consistent. Sleep well, do better. See ya. Just kidding. Do better is even my motto. So that's how good fucking progressive overload is. So yeah, uh, here to my knowledge, because like it wasn't as major, but something else that it has that 1,000 days of self improvement has taught me is that all most of those YouTubers are right. Like Hamza Chris Williamson, uh, what's his name? David Cole or something like that. Andrew Huberman, they're mostly right. Their advice will really help you. So yeah, see ya.